Testing, mic check. Hello, everyone. We're back once again. Welcome to another episode of Golf Cart Garage. I am Tim, and we're going to talk about golf carts like we do every Tuesday at 12 noon Central Time. We'll go over some regular questions and we'll take questions from the room. We got people showing up in the room. Good. Let me check Facebook. We're live right now. We are live on Tuesday, August the 26th. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. Looks like Facebook is working. Looks like YouTube is working. Yeah, what about this weather, guys? It's not just me. I've seen the map. It's everywhere. It is definitely cooler in Arkansas. Very unusual we're not even out of August yet. So I'm sure that we got some hot weather still coming, but right now we're getting a break, and it is really nice. It's really nice outside, and I see some of you are getting some good weather too. It looks like lots of rain in Florida. David Irwin, I'm sorry. Don't forget to give Tim a like. Thank you, David. Helpless Garage, 70 degrees in Cabot, Arkansas. That's about where we're at here. 70 degrees. That is something. That is a big difference between 100 and 70. Because that's what we've been having lately, right at 100. Ricky Smith, what's going on, Ricky? Greg Elliott, beautiful in Bristol, Virginia today, and the rest of the weekend, high mid 70s and low 50s. Yeah, that's kind of nice. In a way, it's kind of sad to see that the seasons change and the summer goes away, because summer is obviously my favorite time of year, but I don't really mind the cool weather either, because it's not like there's only a short window of time that it gets really unbearably cold here. So as long as I can put up with that little short period of time, fall is nice to me too, just because I can ride motorcycles and I can get out and go hiking and explore. Because once it gets too hot, sometimes it gets too hot to enjoy anything outside. Early fall in central North Carolina, Sir Walter. Little rain here in Bradenton, Florida, Kurt. Yeah, I saw that on the map there, Kurt. Y'all are getting some rain, aren't you? Little brisk, Travis Beach in northwest Pennsylvania. I bet it is. Bob Lewis, what's going on, Bob? Be safe out there. Benny Russell. Hello, Benny Russell. How are you, sir? Mike Irvin. Hey, all, 72 and sunny in northwestern India. It must be 72, around 70s, low 70s, a major part of the United States. Benny says it's 77 in Athens, Alabama. Cool. Harry Fike, what's going on, Harry? Big Mike, what's up, Tim? Did you see that pic I sent? That thing is crazy. Which, remind me, Mike, and I'll tell you if I saw it yet, because if you just sent it, I haven't checked my email today. So, Bruce, hello from Westfield, Wisconsin. What's going on there, Bruce? George Bremer, 65 in Hilton, New York. Kevin Salyer, what's going on, Kevin? Oh yeah, I did get that one, Mike. I did get that picture. Kevin Salyer, what's up, Gearheads? Kevin, I got pictures that you sent me loaded up today, and I've got something in DMAX, some projects that DMAX is working on. So I got a couple of pictures loaded up today for let's see. Travis Beach, 58 in Pennsylvania. Nice, but that's northwest Pennsylvania, so he's way up there. So that's 58 all the way up there. Most everybody seems to be in the low 70s. My wife on Facebook says, we better have more hot weather. I'm not done with summer fun. She loves the summer. I love the summer too, but it does get hot. Mark Gilman, hey Tim, hot in California with lots of lightning in the Sierras, monsoon weather. Oh, okay. Jerry Lee from Central Illinois. What's going on, Jerry Lee? Ricky Hall in the room on Facebook. What's going on, Ricky? I'm glad Facebook's working. Sometimes Facebook's giving me a little trouble. It was in the middle 40s last night in Pennsylvania. It was a nice night here too. My air conditioner is working really well. It's hardly even, well, right now it's off. I turned it off just because of the noise, but it was nice and cool inside here when I came out here this morning. All right, well, let's get started with some regular questions. Question number 1 is from Gary. I have an RXV and the charger is reading it is fully charged after about 15 seconds of plugging it in. However, my battery gauge was reading 1/4 battery and is now less after a short drive. What could be the problem? Well, I'm sure a lot of people know what I'm going to say. I'm just going to say I don't like those battery gauges. I don't like it when people rely on those battery gauges. So I want to see exactly what the voltage actually is. So you're going to have to have a voltmeter if you're going to talk with me. That's just the way it is. Because I need to see what the actual voltage is in your batteries. And then I can tell you if you got a faulty gauge or not. Because if your voltage is good and your gauge is not reading that it is, then see, that gauge works off of the voltage from your batteries. So if you've got a discrepancy there, let's check the actual voltage on your batteries first. Then we can narrow down where the issue actually is. Number 2. This is from Patty. I have a E-Z-GO electric golf cart. The serial number is that with a manufacturer's code of that. Okay, that's going to be an 85. That's going to be an 85. That's a really old cart. I need new front bushings. One of the bolts is stripped and I'm unable to get a nut to thread on. Now what? Well, it's going to be, Patty, that might be difficult on an 85 because you're reaching back to stuff where parts might not even be available anymore. This is what I would do. The first thing I would do, I know we're not going to have anything for the 85 like what you're looking for at Golf Cart Garage, but go to vintagegolfcartparts.com, vintagegolfcartparts.com. See if they have what you're looking for. Anything that old, I would start there and maybe even try to talk to somebody there and see if otherwise you're just going to have to get something out of a boneyard at a golf cart shop maybe. Gene Henson, what's going on, Gene? 45 and sunny. Galactic, what's going on, Daniel? 67. Okay, sorry, cooler today. And where Gene's at. Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, it is nice. I don't think it's going to last long for me. I don't know about some of you in the Northwest and stuff, but I don't think it's going to last this little cooling spell that we're having. Check over here on Facebook. Howie Peach, what's going on, Howie? Ontario, Canada. Well, okay, now tell me what the temperature is there, Howie, because we've been. Because that's as far north as anyone in the room so far. Jerry Lee's from Central Illinois. Helpless says he's checked into it and he says that our cool down here in Arkansas should last about 10 days. Well, that's good. That'll give me a chance to maybe do some work outside that I've been putting off because it's been so hot you can't hardly work outside. Well, I've got some things I need to weed eat. So if it give me 10 days to do that, that'd be great. Number 3 is where I was at on the regular questions. Number 3 is from Brian. Hello, I have a Mad-Jax Generation 1 with Fusion GTR 205 tires. It is being used on a 4-acre property, never on the road or golf course. The ride in is ridiculous. It is so rough that you feel every bump. What can be done to correct this issue? I know we talked about this, how often we actually get this question about the ride. If it's a Mad-Jax Generation 1, it's very possible that you may even be running lithium, which is even exaggerating your problem. Those are low profile tires, which is exaggerating your problem. I mean, everything you have going on there is for an asphalt runner, and you're using it in an application that is actually opposite of that. So that's exactly the opposite golf cart that you should be using for that application. Change everything about it and it will fix your problem. Which I know that's not what you would want to hear, but that is a true asphalt runner right there with those tires and like I said, possible lithium. The only thing you can do is if it has heavy duty leaf springs, maybe you can remove a leaf or two, like we've talked about that, and let some air out of the tires. That's about the only thing you can do. Galactic, been keeping busy here and the weather is great, nice and cool. How are you doing? I'm doing good, man. Everything is good, and we're having some nice cooler weather too. And Helpless says we're supposed to have it here for about 10 days before we go back to the heat. Travis says extended forecast for Northwest Pennsylvania doesn't show another day in the 80s. So you're done there with summer before August even ends? I mean, because we got another week and we're still in August. You know, that's the way I look at it. Howie Peach is in Ontario, Canada, and it's 66 there. 71 in Central Illinois, Jerry Lee. Bart Gilman says, Tim, my son brought me an E-Z-GO Marathon, all right? Batteries are out of it. Motor is out of it. It looks like they broke an insulator on the inside of the motor. Upholstery looks good. Good wheels looks good. Is it worth trying to fix? Sure it is. Sure it is. Parts are still available for E-Z-GO Marathons. Well, let me ask you this, Bart. Is it a controller E-Z-GO Marathon or a resistor one? Now, because I may change my tune a little bit if it's a resistor one, but if it's a controller one, then sure, it's worth fixing. You can do a lot with that. Travis Beach says, perfect golf cart cruising weather. Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, that is for sure. Number 4. This is from Bobby. Hello, I have a 92 E-Z-GO 350cc golf cart. There is engine oil coming from the fuel pump. Is this a bad pump or diaphragm I can change? All the hoses, all tight and in good shape. Thanks for any help. You didn't tell me, Bobby, if this is a lifted car. That would be my first question. Is the car lifted? Because what a lot of lift kits do to gas cars was kind of unexpected when they designed certain lift kits, especially some of the older inexpensive lift kits. They will actually angle the motor a little bit, And when you angle the motor a little bit, the oil is in the wrong place, or it ends up being too high. The oil ends up being too high just because you move the angle. Now that happens on a lot of them. So a lot of people are having to remove a little bit of oil after a lift kit install. That's why my first question on that would have been, is this a lifted car or not? Because obviously you're not supposed to get oil, coming out of your fuel pump. If that's what you said, right? Wait, no, that was not it. Number 4. Yeah, coming from the fuel pump. Yeah, somehow you're getting, see that your oil, you're getting oil that's shooting through the compression line for the fuel pump. It runs off of compression from the motor. Somehow you're squirting oil up the compression line. There's not supposed to be oil in that area. It's just supposed to be pulses in that area. So you might have too much oil in there. Is what I would want to explore first. All right. Number 5. Hi Tim, this is from Devin. Is there an electric fuel pump available for a 295 E-Z-GO? Nothing directly, like specifically for that I know of on the market to an electric fuel pump for that particular engine. But you could look in the service manual and see what the fuel pump pressure is. Figure out what the fuel pump pressure, it's going to be like between 2 and 6 psi or something like that. And then you could search the aftermarket for any 12-volt electric fuel pump, and you could use that if you really needed to. But so it's really easy to change your the diaphragm fuel pump that's in that car is readily available. If you're having a fuel pump issue, why not just replace it? It might be a little less complicated than searching out a 12-volt fuel pump with the right fuel pressure. Number 6 is from Sean S. How often do you guys replace your fuel filters, if at all? Do they become less efficient and restrictive as they get older? The only reason I ask is because when I first got the car, the tank was full of jailed gas and oil. Even after numerous cleaning cycles, the filter got clogged easily and a noticeable performance difference was noticed. I have since changed it, but does it make that big of a difference? Thanks. From Sean. Well, fuel filters are definitely necessary and they are very cheap. So I don't know why you wouldn't just replace it often, especially if you had something wrong with inside your gas tank. If you had anything going wrong in your gas tank, then you should change your fuel filter often. Eventually, all that stuff should get caught up in the fuel filter, and then you change it, you put another one on there, and then anything else that's going through there get caught up in there. I mean, obviously you need to clean your gas tank out as good as you possibly can, but change your fuel filters often. Change them every time you change your oil or every time you change your air filter. They're very cheap. Let me check Facebook over here. Bart's controller marathon that he was asking me about on Facebook. It's the controller. Yeah, it sits right in the middle. Yep, that's a controller marathon. That is actually a decent car and lots of motor combinations that you can put with that car. So if you don't want to fix the motor that had the insulator thing, I think I have a series wound motor that would work for it in here, sitting here on the shelf somewhere. You just need a series wound motor. You could get one for torque. You could get one for speed. On a marathon, what are you wanting to do with it, Bart? You want to just use it as a work cart? Because if you are, just get you a motor that's wound for torque. Get a torque motor. If you decide to get a new motor rather than fix the one that's in there. Now, if you're going to run a lithium in it, you might not have to do anything. You just fix the motor that's in there, put a lithium in there, that car will have good power if everything else is working. Just from the weight loss, you know. Now, when those cars are in good shape, they're pretty neat. I like them. They ride like a Cadillac. Because usually because the springs are all weak. So it'd be a good one to, if the springs are all worn out and then you go with a lithium, that may work out good. That may work out in your favor. Number 6. That was fuel filters. Okay. Number 7 now. Number 7 is from Josh. I'm having an issue with this 2017 Club Car Precedent with the Subaru EX40. It's computerized. It is a pedal start, but sometimes it won't turn over to start. I can turn the clutch backwards a little and it will go then. Has a new starter and a new battery. Have you had this issue before? I have seen similar issues like that, Josh. And the first thing that I eliminate is the starter slipping inside the belt. Like I open the seat and either put the car in service mode or there's going to be some way to put that engine. I don't remember the one with the Subaru, what the deal is there on how to crank it in neutral. There's probably something in there to be able to put it into service mode so you can crank it in neutral. Well, do that and then watch the starter generator when you touch the accelerator pedal, and a lot of times you'll see it will spin a little bit inside the belt without turning the motor over. So in other words, the belt's not tight enough. You got to put a little more tension on the belt so it will turn every time. And if it's caught right on the compression stroke, what you did by turning that clutch backwards a little bit is you moved it off of the compression stroke a little bit and kind of gave it momentum to get over that compression stroke so it would go ahead and start. So I would eliminate that first. Eagle River Mike just made it, just checking in. Hey, Eagle River Mike. Thanks for stopping by, sir. Work cart. Well, if it's a work cart there, Bart, definitely gear that thing for torque. And I don't mean actually, you're not going to need to actually put torque gears in it. When I say gear it for torque, I'm talking about a torque motor and maybe a big controller down the road. You're gonna put lithium in it, or you're gonna go back with lead acid. Looks like Facebook might be giving me a little trouble, guys. Saw something on the screen there, black screen, when I'm looking over at Facebook. So I hope y'all still with me on Facebook. What was number 7? What was that? Okay, that was the Subaru. Now, if it turns out that it is just a battery issue, put a lithium in there. You know, a lithium's, you know, we're talking about that thing, if it's not turning over very strongly, like you said, they make little 12-volt lithiums that are way stronger. I got one in both of those motorcycles. There's two little 12-volt lithium. That lithium that's been in that TW for, how long has it been in there? It's been in there for 6 or 7 years, and I have never put it on a battery tender. I don't even have a lithium charger for it. It's specifically for that motorcycle. The company is called, it was expensive, it's called Shorai, S-H-O-R-A-I. That's what's in that TW. And that TW sat in a storage building when I moved from Texas to Arkansas. It sat in a storage building for 6 months with nothing on it. I thought for sure that when I went to get it out of the storage building, 6 months later, that I was going to have to do something. I had a battery charger with me, I had a generator with me, I had all kinds of stuff because I knew that there was no way it was going to crank. I pulled it out of the storage building, hit the start button, thing fired right up. And I have, like I said, I've never touched that battery with any type of battery charger. Harry Fikes had also checked the ground wire. He had a DS that nothing happened when you stepped on the pedal. Cleaned the ground wire and it fixed the problem. Well, I thought I was under the impression that he was turning over slowly, but if it's not doing anything, well, check and see if it actually is not doing anything. If you open the seat and you touch that accelerator pedal and see that it's not doing anything, then Harry Fike may be onto something there with that ground wire for sure. But if it's trying to go but it's just struggling, that's another thing. Yeah, my wife said Facebook crashed. I thought something was wrong. It did not look right when I was just there. I have more trouble with Facebook. YouTube seems to do okay, but I have more trouble keeping Facebook rolling. Yeah, oh yeah, it crashed. It's not even there anymore. Everybody on Facebook, I don't know if you can still hear me. If you can, jump over to YouTube. We're still going. I'm not going to shut it down. Travis Beach, YouTube rocks. I have the least amount of trouble with YouTube. David Irwin, I'm going to talk about that in just a second. I actually had that on my mind. Eagle River Mike, no, it's not. My last name is, our last name is Freeman. So, and her name is Catherine, so that's where the cat free. We actually do not have a single cat. We have dogs. Never have had cat. Well, yeah, I did. I had a cat in Texas, my golf cart shop. Well, did I have a cat in Texas or did that cat have me? Because it lived outside. It lived in the woods. But it was our cat and it found me and stayed with me we took care of that cat for years, but she lived outside. She lived outside in the woods with the possums and the raccoons. Our cat was on the back porch one night, and I was just happened to be walking by the back porch, and I saw a possum. This back porch didn't have a screen. Possum came into the back porch. She was up on this table, and it raised up because her food was up on this table. The possum raised up and got close to her food bowl, and she sat there and watched it get close, and once the possum got real close to her food bowl, she tapped it one time on the nose. Possum turned around and walked away. I mean, she wasn't scared of anything. And I had coyotes, I had wild feral hogs in the woods, all kinds of things out there that were trying to kill her, I'm sure, every night. And we had her for years. We even found her a home when we left Texas to move to Arkansas. We even found her a home. Would like to send you some pictures of my cart, Travis Beach. I'll put it up there, Travis. Let me see where it's at. Tim email. Bam. It's 00timfreeman@gmail.com, Travis. It's up on the screen right now if you need to write it down or something. I'll leave it there for a bit. Yeah, send me some pictures. Okay. I think I did number 7. What was number 8? This is from Stefan. Hello, I'm looking for some help in the restoration of a 97 TXT gas cart. Yeah, Bart, I'm glad you figured out that something happened on Facebook, man. Facebook crashed, so I was hoping that they got the word over there to go ahead and come over to YouTube, but it did. It crashed. It's not your internet, it's Facebook. Anyway, it's not my internet either. So a lot of times it's my internet, but this time is definitely not my internet. I will be doing a ground up restoration, and I will be putting a lift kit on, a new clutch for the power, as well as new paint, etc. Are there any common problems with these engines? Should I rebuild it or just check compression? I'm planning on replacing anything worn. I need some spots to look out for. Thanks for any advice. Well, you got to be familiar with how E-Z-GO TXTs are put together, and there's a lot of rivets, so you're going to have to get a good rivet gun, and there are replacement rivet kits that you're going to have to learn about, where you can get a body change rivet kit for an E-Z-GO TXT, and it has all the rivets that you're going to need. But you need a good rivet gun, not one of those little cheap ones. You're going to need a good rivet gun. Now, this is if you want to put it back with rivets. You could, come up with some other idea of putting the body back together without all those rivets. But if you want it to be like stock and perfect, you're going to need to get one of those rivet kits. That would be one thing. As far as the engine goes, how was it? Did it run good? Did it smoke? Is the compression good? I mean, if you wanted to just start over, you could think about those companies around Georgia that actually will take that engine as a core. They'll give you a core credit for it, and they'll send you another one ready to go that's already fresh rebuilt with a warranty. There's one called Motors and More, and there's other ones, but they seem to all be around Georgia where all the golf carts are made. Yep, definitely, definitely lost Facebook. Number 9. This is from Benjamin. My batteries are all December of '05. Is you sure that's right? Because that would mean they're 20 years old. So that's my first question before I even went on to the rest of it. December of '05 Trojan T105s. I've been maintaining them properly, keeping them clean, no corrosion, water level's good. When I charge the pack, it comes up to 38. Now I have only had this cart for about 3 weeks, and we have done a lot of work on it. When I first started charging, it came up to say 37.5, so I'm seeing gains in the total pack charge with time and maintenance. Could I see it get to the chart topping 38.6? I've also noticed more pep in the pedal. Is this normal for batteries this old? Well, nothing that you're saying, if that date is correct, then nothing you're saying is normal for batteries that old. So if that date is correct, then you're doing really good and you're doing the right thing. And yes, it wouldn't be unusual for your batteries to improve with charging and usage, because what's happening is the sulfation on the plates is probably getting knocked off, or some of it is anyway. So yeah, that's cool. So you're doing the right thing. Keep it up. But I would like to know if that is actually the true date. Ricky Smith, Tim, do they make a rivet replacement kit for TXT if you don't want to go back with rivets? No, I was saying, this is what I've thought about. I've done it so many times. I've always used the rivet kit. It's a bag full of all the correct rivets, because there's several different ones. There's some plastic ones, there's some aluminum ones, there's some stainless steel ones. So you buy the specific kit for a TXT, and it's got everything you need. That's the way that I've always done it. But it's difficult, and I've got a Snap-on rivet gun from Snap-on, so you can imagine how expensive that stupid thing was that I had to buy in order to be able to do that. So what I was saying, what I meant by replacement, some of those rivets, could probably be changed out to a bolt, some type of bolt, maybe an Allen head bolt or something that was removable, if you wanted to get creative. I mean, every time I've ever done a body change on a TXT, those kind of thoughts cross my mind. I say, man, why don't I just change these out to bolts, or next time I have to do that. And on my race car, my little race car is actually it was a TXT at one point, and it's got the TXT body. Well, I didn't put rivets on it. It is changed out to bolts, but everything is it's got so many parts missing, it wasn't that big a deal on that one. Hey Tim, my wife just emailed you a picture of our golf cart. All right, cool. I don't know if I'll get to it today, Travis, but I'll feature it next time if it's in my email box. Hit the like button. Greg Elliott says 30 something views and only 14 likes. Come on, hit the like button. This channel going. Thank you there, Greg. Aaron, what's up, man? Maybe do a riv nut with a pan head screw. Yeah, that's well. David Irwin said the same thing. What about riv nuts? There you go. There's all kinds of things that I think of when I do the body change on a TXT, because that's just ridiculous. All those rivets. I mean, I don't know why they had to make it so complicated. All right, let me look at this last regular question from Robert. I have a 2005 Club Car Precedent with a bad battery. Can I replace this with any 12-volt battery, or would I need a Club Car specific battery? And I think I probably understand why you're asking that question, because Club Car at one point, let me take my email off of there for now. Club Car at one point had some kind of deal with Trojan, and the big, when they were running four 12-volt batteries, and the big 12-volt batteries actually said Club Car on them. They actually said Club Car on the battery, and it, made into the case. But it was batteries that Trojan was making for Club Car. Well, I don't think they do that anymore. But at one time, I do remember that they actually, and that's probably why you're asking about the Club Car specific battery. The answer is no. You do not need a Club Car specific battery, but you do need a golf cart specific battery. And the big 12 volts that would come in a golf cart, the Trojan equivalent in a lead acid is a Trojan T1275, T1275. It's a big 12 volt battery. That would be the exact replacement that you needed if you just needed to change one battery. Aaron, did you see that cart I sent you yesterday morning? I'm trying to think if I've checked my email since yesterday morning. I know I haven't checked it today, so I probably haven't seen it yet. If it's in there, Aaron, I'll see it tonight. I usually sit in my chair in the evening and bring my laptop out. Oh, okay. I remember you telling me about it, but no, I have not seen the picture yet, so I must not have checked my email. But I remember you telling me about it, the back seat thing that sticks way out, and it's a wheelie recipe. But no, I haven't seen the picture. I'm glad you sent it to me because I want to see that. But I remember you telling me about it. Okay. Here's some other social media links. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. Facebook is the one that gives me the most trouble. Like today, it crashed today. But you can still follow us on both if you would like. Give us a like and a thumbs up. Give us a subscribe. Here is, I'll put my email back up there. There's my email. We've got some pictures loaded up from Kevin Salyer and D-Max. I don't know, I haven't seen D-Max in the room, but I do have some pictures. I'll go ahead and show those. All right, I was just looking at the market there for a second. If you would like to context, I'll save that. Here's them. Let's see some pictures. Eagle River Mike, I have the Oh, you retracted it. Travis Beach says, I learn something every time I watch your videos. Thank you, Travis. I'm glad. It looks like they used the back pad on both sides, then custom seats, if that tells you how far out the back seat is. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Still, though, I mean, I have people complain on normal four-passenger kits, if they have two full-size adults on the back, on normal ones, I have people complain that the front end comes off the ground or feels like it's going to come off the ground, or the cart drives squirrely. I can only imagine if you put more leverage on that. Where are my pictures? Okay. I think Kevin told me that this is his dad's work cart. Kevin, if you're still in here, correct me on that if I'm wrong. Did you? I think you told me that this is your dad's work cart. Still got the golf course number on it. Boy, I tell you what, that gives you an idea of how big some golf courses are. Look what number that is, 174. Very likely that the numbers, started with number one at that golf course, whatever golf course that car came from. So that's 174, and we don't know how far they went. Golf course that I've frequented most of the times had anywhere between 50 to 100 cars. So that came from a big golf course back in the day. Got a little tilt bed on it. You can get a lot of work done with that. A lot of work. I have done so much work with a cart very similar to that. Eagle River Mike, I have the Navita 600 amp AC conversion kit with 6 lead acid batteries, 48 volts. How high can I set the amp draw on those batteries using you could set it as high as you want to, Eagle River Mike, on lead acid, because lead acid can handle it. You might want to be careful on lithium, but on lead acid, you ain't got to worry about it. They can take that big hit like that because there's no BMS. There's no battery management system like on a lithium. I can stack about 10 bags of mulch on it before it wants to bottom out. That's cool. You can get a lot of work done with a cart like that. Anybody that has any type of yard or property or works in their yard, they need a cart like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be lifted, but it does need a cargo box. I'm a big fan of cargo boxes. Big Mike, Travis, he won't let him touch it. He would have it lifted so fast. He has 3 acres and uses it as his utility vehicle. Yeah, see, that's perfect. It's actually perfect for 3 acres. Aaron says, I just got a regular style back seat on mine. Luckily, I have seat belts now, or my wife wouldn't hit the ground, would have hit the ground Sunday night. I wheelied a little too hard. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that could get you in trouble for sure. Let me take Kevin's picture down. I do have one from D-Max. Everybody, D-Max, I don't know, did I ask if you was in the room? I haven't seen you, but I've got a picture that you sent me. D-Max has got some project cars going on. He does a little golf cart work, apparently. And he sent me this. This is some projects he's got. Look at that view back there. There's a club car, 2002 or newer. Here's a club car. Looks like the same, 2002 or newer. That looks like maybe possibly an Evolution. there's another club car, and there's a body kit car. That's going to be a body kit car, like possibly on a club car frame. A lot of companies do that for a club car frame. That's looks like what that is. I had one of those in my shop before. It had a trunk in the front. You could put stuff in the front, and had a trunk in the rear. This one, that first one, it's going to be 2002 or newer because of the roof struts and the roof. Sometimes, I know you can't, I wish you could see my cursor. I know I've asked this before. I wish you could see my cursor on the screen so I could point to things. Sometimes I have seen club cars that had an extra sticker up under the front, way up high on the frame. If the one on the firewall is missing, I've seen some club cars with an extra sticker up high on the under the front end, up there, real high, and there's a sticker that still has the serial number, and you can figure out the year. Yeah, that's definitely a DS. Joe Foster, what's going on? But I can tell by the roofing struts it's 2001 and a half or newer. Just got back Rich Eastmain. I'll have to watch the replay. All right, let me shut that down. What I was going to say, guys, is I checked the dates and everything. We are going to. I know normally I had changed the way that I did the hat giveaway stuff, but I'm changing it again. I'm changing it again just for today, though. We're going to give away a hat next time because the next show is the day after Labor Day. So it's going to be Labor Day Swag Day next Tuesday, which will be the day after Labor Day. So we will be giving a hat away then. So come back next week and participate, and you'll get entered, and you might win a bag of swag. And here are some hats that you'll have to pick from. You can pick from one of those. Those are regular Golf Cart Garage hats. There's links in the description if you wanted to buy one also. But we're going to give one away next Tuesday, which will be the day after Labor Day. Labor Day bag of swag. That is those hats. And we also have, nope, we don't have that one. That one, we're out of that one. We have that one, Eco Battery hat. And obviously we have some shirts that you'll be able to get a shirt too. You'll get a hat and a t-shirt, an Eco shirt. But you don't have to get the combo of both of them Eco. You can get a Golf Cart Garage hat and an Eco Battery shirt if you want, or other way around, Eco Battery hat and Eco Battery shirt. Let me see if my coupon is still active. I don't remember if it is or not. Get 5% off any parts you order at golfcartgarage.com if you use this coupon code GHOD8. This expires on September 30th. So yeah, it's still good. Cool. 5% off any parts you order. Use GHOD, the number 8. Expires on September 30th. Use that at checkout. All right. Travis Beach, you're off. Thank you, Travis. You're awesome. Have a good long weekend. Thanks for all the info, Sir Walter. You too, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Thank everybody for stopping by. Send me some pictures, guys, of your golf carts, and I'll feature them. The email is 00timfreeman@gmail.com. If you missed it, you can go back and watch the replay of the video on YouTube because we lost Facebook. I have no idea why. Kurt says GCG should have a shirt, parts for carts. I'm still gonna get my hat guy. You know, I got a special hat guy down the road that does my hats because some of these aren't even available. I think this is the only one of these in existence that says GCG Crew. But I'm still gonna get my hat guy to make me a T-shirt, or I'm gonna get Daniel Galactic Technologies to make me a T-shirt that says "Is your solenoid clicking?" I haven't forgot about that idea. I just, you know, life gets in the way and things get busy, but I'm still up for doing that. Oh, I'm sure I did, Travis. I'm sure I got it. And might have it loaded up for next time. So be sure and be here next time. And plus, we're giving a hat away. Well, I'll let you know, Daniel, when I get ready for that, because I'd kind of like to think about the logo design. You know, is your solenoid clicking? I'd kind of like to think a little bit about the picture. How come your ring doesn't match your shirt and hat? It does, Kurt. You're not looking close enough. You see the little polo man? Now, tell me that don't match. And my shirt's got red inside the collar. All right, guys, it looks like it's going to be about it. I'm sorry about Facebook. It kind of threw me off there when Facebook crashed, but we'll get that worked out. No, it's red. Joe Foster, hope you and your wife have a wonderful weekend, plus everyone on the chat. Thank you, Joe. I will see everybody styling and profiling. Yeah, that's it, Travis. You know it. That's how I roll. I'll see everybody next week. Thank you all for coming. I really do appreciate it. Golf Cart Garage appreciates it. I do too, just me personally. I enjoy talking to you guys every week. Come back next time. We're going to give away a hat. The garage is now closed.